So I don't think it's fair that I have to follow that wonderful breakfast. I think you're probably all ready for a nap right now, but just give me a few minutes today. I'm so humbled to be able to address all of you today on this very, very special day. Vicki asked me a couple weeks ago if I would share a few words with you today, and she runs a tight ship. She said 10 minutes, so I guarantee you my husband's gonna make sure that I finish this in 10 minutes. But she's already talked about all the dignitaries, the elected officials that are here, so I won't recognize them all over again. But she did mention the number one VIP for me, and that's my husband, Greg, that's here today. So big hand for him. Special thanks today to Vicki Jones. She is just a ball of energy, make it happen kind of gal. So thank you to her for this wonderful day. She mentioned that next year we're going to be in a bigger location. I've already told her where that big location is going to be. They have an arena that would fit everyone that wants to come. So I'm excited about hosting this event next year on our campus. So again, I just have a few minutes. All right, so today I'm excited about the theme. Celebrate the movement, the moment, and the man. So that's Dr. Martin Luther King. Of course, he's one of the most well-known civil rights leaders in history. But today I want to focus also on the local civil rights movement in Harford County. You all may not be aware, but Harford County has a rich history in the civil rights movement. So I want to spend just a few moments talking about it. Some of you may be aware that the college undertook a project, the Harford Civil Rights Project. How many of you have heard of the Harford Civil Rights Project? Many of you have. Wonderful. There is an app. If you have not downloaded that app yet, it is available free of charge. And you can find on there, can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. You can find on there some information about all of the rich history that exists here in Harford County. And the college also, as we go into February, we'll have some events at our Hayes High House where we'll have an exhibit, a month-long exhibit that has really talks about all the rich history of civil rights in Harford County. So I invite you to come on our campus and join us for that. There's some information on the table over there. But I took some time and explored the app. And Dr. Jamie Carmel, I have to recognize him. He is so dedicated and passionate about this work. So thank you to Dr. Carmel for all he does. But I took some time to explore that app. And I was particularly drawn to a section that talks about the educators, the African-American teachers that led desegregation in Harford County in the 1960s. It was 10 years after Brown before Harford County desegregated the schools. And there are some oral histories on that app, and I'm just going to call out one that Dr. Janice Grant was interviewed. Does she look like a queen today? She is an absolute queen. And if you want to hear her story, I met her about a year ago when the app launched. And she came into the room and with such grace and such power. She held my hand, it was so warm. And she welcomed me to Harford County. She said, I've been copying all the articles about you and sharing them with my grandchildren. So I remember that story, and I was so touched. I was so humbled because I stand on her shoulders. She did the work. I could get a little emotional about it, but she did the work. And because of that work, I am the first Black president of Harford Community College. Because of her and so many others. So you guys are gonna make me cry in here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But her story is on there. So please download that app, Harford Civil Rights Project. You can find it on Apple or Google Play and hear all about the history here in Harford County. These stories fill me with such admiration and respect for the work and the people that went before me. But today it's not just about the past, it's also about building a better future. And as an educator, I love the theme of today a reader, all the books over there, today a reader, tomorrow a leader. It speaks to the transformative power of education. It's transformative. I'm a first generation college graduate. My parents didn't go to college. I have 2 older brothers that went into the military. I was the first to go off to college. And I never dreamed of being a college president. Never dreamed of it. And I made my way to higher education, and I found the mission of a community college was open access, was to take the students that are underrepresented and help them access education. I fell in love with that mission, and I changed my career. I was an accountant, believe it or not. I changed my career. I went back to school and got a couple more degrees. And I never dreamed that I'd be standing before you as a college president today. But that's the power of education. And community colleges in particular, our goal is to be affordable and accessible. And I have my executive director of the foundation. We raise scholarships, and many of you support our foundation so that we can provide educational opportunities. Education creates upward mobility. And you can't convince me, I hear it sometimes that college isn't for everyone. Well, who is it for then? The people that say that, usually their children are going to college. But I believe that at Harford Community College, we have an opportunity for everyone. That could be jobs training, that's college. That could be the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree and beyond, that's college too. So we have something for everyone. If we want to improve the community, it starts one individual and one family at a time. And so I am a strong believer in education. Dr. King was a strong believer as well. Many of you know his famous I Have a Dream speech, where I believe he was speaking about the importance of education in achieving equality and justice when he said, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And Dr. King said it's intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. So a college education, whether it's workforce training or a degree, is about not just about acquiring knowledge. It's about learning to think for ourselves and to stand up for what we believe in. And so there is all kind. Did I get some music playing? Was that you need to be done music? So again, I make my point that a well-educated population is essential for the prosperity and the progress of Harford County. And so I encourage you to be supportive of education and training. When I interviewed for this job now 2 years ago, I just had my 2nd anniversary, I said in my community forum that I want to make sure that the college touches every part of the community. Every part. And I believed at that time there were parts of the community that did not see the college as an answer to what their issues were. And so I am about changing that. I want to make sure that everyone sees a place, sees an answer in Harford Community College to make a difference in their lives. And so we're doing some work on that end. And so what are we doing at the college? We are working to expand access, strengthen student success, and be strong advocates for diversity and inclusion at the college. So we're taking actionable steps. We have in our strategic plan values of equity and inclusion. What I ask the campus is, how are we walking that out? What does that look like? You can say it's a value, but what's the action behind that? So we're taking action now. We're developing actionable steps. We're doing more outreach in different parts of the community. We will come to your church. We will come to your community organization. We will come wherever we can to talk about the value of education and then help individuals and families access that education. We're enhancing our engagement for students. we just started a Black Student Union to create that sense of belonging. It's not enough to invite you to the party, but who's going to dance with you when you get there? That's belonging. That's belonging. And we really have to be sure that we're creating that sense of belonging. Dr. Talou is with us. We have My College Success Network on campus, and it's to help our Black students by providing intensive advising, mentors to help them. And so we're putting action behind that. We're providing supports. We have a food pantry. We've increased our counseling services for mental health. We have emergency funds. If your lights are turned off, you're probably not going to come to class the next day. But we can help you get them turned back on. If your car breaks down, we can help pay that repair, and we've done it. So we're doing that work. Again, financial support through our foundation helps us access those services. But I really want to emphasize today, partnership is what's so critical. It's the partnerships that we have in the county. We have a strong partnership with Harford Community Action Agency and the Harford County Department of Social Services to provide support for our students. They come on our campus to make sure those supports are accessible. We've strengthened our partnership with HCPS. So Harford County Public Schools are here today, and we're proud that we partner with them to create pathways to work training, to college degrees. If you don't know, our dual enrollment program is free. If you've got students, children, grandchildren, they should be in the dual enrollment program while they're in high school earning college credit for free. So if you don't know about it, ask somebody about it. We recently had CASA bring some of their young folks on the campus, and I believe we have a student or two that will be starting with us soon. So another partnership. The NAACP with Vicki. We have a strong partnership with them. We had our first civil rights tour recently, which was very successful. And we visited a number of places around the county. One that I'll point out was when they visited the Harford Memorial Hospital. That site, there's some history there if you don't know about it, where there was a tragic loss of Willie Stamp's wife and child because of segregation at that time. And that picture still hangs there as a reminder of the need to make sure that we're inclusive. We partner with our businesses, talking about the hospital. We have Elizabeth Wise with us today. She is the CEO and president of Upper Chesapeake Health. And we partner with them. She's a friend too, and a neighbor, and her darling husband is with her as well, Calvin. And we partner with them to create pathways to work. So we need our business partners working with us to make sure that we have pathways to work, that when we educate our students, there's a job waiting for them. So we continue to partner with our business community. The county government is here with us today, and we appreciate that they've supported the work that we're doing at the Boys and Girls Club in Edgewood, where we're providing jobs training and construction skills and heavy equipment operation and warehousing and logistics that lead directly to a job. And we're appreciative of all those partnerships. So it's about partnering and collaboration. And as my time runs out now, I sound like a preacher. I'm finishing up right now, Reverend Hunter. I'm finishing up right now. I'm tying it all up now. I'll share my favorite quote from Dr. King. It simply says, "The time is always right to do what is right." Yeah. And so I believe that very strongly, that today as we celebrate the movement, the moment, and the man that was Dr. King, let's remember one of his key messages was the importance of service to the community. He believed that everyone had a role to play in creating a more just and equitable society, and he encouraged individuals to take action and to make a positive impact on the community. So I would challenge all of us to work together, bring our experiences, our education, our voices to impact positive change in the county and to build a brighter future for everyone. It's our responsibility to carry on Dr. King's legacy and to work towards a society that is more inclusive, more just, and more equal. We can all find ways to support an organization like CASA, like NAACP. I challenge you to do that. Go out and find an organization that's trying to make a difference and support that organization. We have our beautiful Greek organizations with us today that are doing great work. And I know we have some young folks here with us as well. Our future presidents, future college presidents sit in the room with us today. So, in closing, Reverend Hunter, in closing, I vow today that as the leader of Harford Community College, that we'll do our part to positively impact this community by working alongside all of you. Together, we will continue to work and honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So thank you all for allowing me to speak to you today.